You know, the first couple, that was a transition.
Somebody's rolling over there also.
Well, yeah, because the first couple just stepped off a plane in Israel hours ago, and there may be no peace in the Middle East between the two of them. In a rare move, he went to hold her hand, which she apparently slapped away. Wait, do it again. I missed it.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again? I don't know. One more time.
Let's just keep watching it over and over again.
Okay, maybe,
like a flick of the wrist.
But maybe she thought he was reaching over to pinch her on the butt. Maybe she was like, not here. Don't do that here.
She can't stand them.
No, every woman knows what that means. We all know. We've all done
That
it.
was that flick of the wrist.
It was like, you mind your business.
Yeah,
you go
when you
over there.
flick that wrist, you're upset.
That's right.
Well, he always lets her walk behind him. You know, he's such a not a gentleman to the girl.
Wow.
She comes off the plane. She's up there. He's down.
He's done better, though.
He's like a toddler.
He did better recently when they were getting on the plane. They were walking up together, and he let her get into the plane first. I did notice that for this trip, he seems to have done a little bit better.
Well, somebody's
Somebody's
coaching him.
Well,
maybe he's listening
somebody
to you.
should be coaching. But they just came from Saudi Arabia, where he really kind of changed his tune about a lot of things since the election. Let's take a look at some of his positions then and now.
Radical Islamic terrorism. And I'll tell you what, we have a president that refuses to use the term.
Islamic extremism and the Islamicists and Islamic terror of all kinds.
You will find out who really knocked down the World Trade Center. You may find it's the Saudis.
The magnificent kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Mrs. Obama refused to wear a scarf in Saudi Arabia, but they were insulted.
The First Lady not wearing a headscarf as she arrives in Riyadh.
He says, do we still want a president who bows to the Saudis? Saudi Arabia's king gave President Trump the kingdom's highest civilian honor. Some screaming he bowed.
I don't think he bowed. He didn't bow, but he did curtsy. Didn't that look like a curtsy? It was like, you know.
He doesn't know how to do it.
It didn't look like that.
That was a curtsy. That was a curtsy.
I like
for
the
sure.
speech.
Okay, whatever you say. I'm not giving it any thought. I think I just like the idea that all the things that he bitched about are the same things that he did.
Yeah, that's
and so
my perception was that the speech was tough. I know he didn't say radical Islamic extremism, but when I was listening, I heard Islamic extremism, I heard Islamists, I heard Islamic terror. He mentioned terror or terrorism 30 times. I like that he took Iran to task. I like that he made it clear that one thing that he did that was great was he said that victims of terror are primarily Muslims, up to 95%. So I thought it was a really good speech. That's not to say that there weren't contradictions and things that he had said before.
But you will admit that
yes, 100%.
that Obama did do the same thing. He did sort of talk about this, and you know what it turns out to be, what it always will turn out to be with this guy, the new guy. What it will always turn out to be is once you get in the pool, you realize how deep it can be.
Yes.
So you realize how you have to talk to people, and that you can't just go on and be. Because I'm sure they said to him, "Listen, man. You cannot, you say what we tell you to say. You can't go off and say some dumb stuff because you get us all in trouble." So the idea that sometimes you have to temper what you say and you have to be diplomatic, it's what you got to do.
Believe me, if they had let him loose, he'd be coloring outside the lines.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
He's like a child. They don't color in the line. That's
All right. Okay. Well, none of us have had any wine. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.